quite an eventful Rosh Hashanah here in Hadassah Hospital in Yerushalayim. And I just want to share with you one of the shalas that I was asked the first day of Rosh Hashanah. A man was here with his wife, and they asked him, how's it going? Everything's right. Did the wife have a baby? He said, my wife is no longer with me anymore. The shock. Here I speak to somebody whose wife had just passed away, and this is a reality. Yesterday he came with his wife. Today she was no longer. These are the types of shilas that a Rav gets in the Hadassah Ein Kerem Hospital. And I'm glad that I was only here for Rosh Hashanah and not the whole year long, because it's obviously not easy to be dealing with the types of shilas on a daily basis. I want to share with you a very illuminating idea that came to me during the Rosh Hashanah Tefillahs. We know that the Rosh Hashanah Tefillahs, Musaf, the primary part of Musaf is Malchus, Sheikh, Zichronos, and Sheikh. We speak about Hashem's kingship, and then we speak about Hashem remembering everything, and then we speak about the Shofar. What's the connection between these three things? And why is this the essence of Rosh Hashanah? And what can we take from this in the ensuing days as we make our way towards Yom Kippur? And I believe the idea is like this. We know that Rosh Hashanah is characterized by Malchus, Hashem's kingship. Rosh Hashanah is the day we accept Hashem's kingship on ourselves. That's the first stage. But there's more than that. Chazal are coming to teach us there's more than that. Hashem is not just a king. Queen Elizabeth was a wonderful queen of England for 7 years, and now they have King Charles. He should be well. But if you ask him about any given individual in his kingdom, he probably, for most people, they won't be able to tell you. Hashem's kingship goes far, far beyond any normal king. Hashem, as we say in Zichronos, remembers every single thing that happens. He knows much more than us about ourselves. And that's the second stage. The second stage of Rosh Hashanah is not just understanding that Hashem is king, but Hashem is much more than a king. He's a total world dominating power. He's Melech Malachei Malachim. He's the King of Kings, and he has everything in front of his eyes, right? Hashem is beyond time. Bereshis, the first word in Torah. Bereshis, the Gemara says, it's created time. Bereshis, Hashem is above time, and he remembers everything. Everything is straight in front of him, as we see it. That's the second stage of Zichronos. But then there's a third stage of Shofar. As we say in the beginning of the Shofar's Tefillah, the Shofar was how Hashem revealed himself at Har Sinai. It was a shofar that got louder and louder and louder. And Hashem reveals himself. Hashem reveals himself in the shofar. What's Pshat? How do we understand this? That after Malchus and Zichronos, we have shofar. We have shofar. On Har Sinai, Klal Yisrael came to the same recognition that we have on Rosh Hashanah. The recognition of Malchus and the recognition of Zichronos. Malchus and Zichronos. Klal Yisrael, when the Shemayim, when the heavens opened up, and everything was clear. So Klal Yisrael as a nation came to this clear recognition that Hashem is the one and only power in the world. And when Klal Yisrael came to that recognition, then Hashem reveals himself. This is a historical fact. When Klal Yisrael comes to a crystal clear recognition that there's only one power, there's only one king, and he is complete world domination, he remembers everything, he knows everything, then you have a revelation of Hashem. And that's a shofar. The shofar of Rosh Hashanah is Hashem revealing himself. Just like in Har Sinai, Hashem revealed himself to us through the Kol Shofar. On Rosh Hashanah, Hashem reveals himself to us. When we come to that recognition of Malchus and Zichronos, the next step is that Hashem reveals himself to us. And that's what Chazal tell us about these days. Dirshu Hashem b'matzu. Look for Hashem when he's here. How do you bring Hashem here? How do we bring Hashem to the Jewish people? The answer is through Malchus, Zichronos, and Shofar. We come to this recognition on Rosh Hashanah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one and only power in the world, and we blow the shofar, then Hashem is here. Dirshu Hashem b'matzu. How do we bring Hashem here? We bring Hashem here through that elevated recognition that we have, that comes to us on Rosh Hashanah. Hashem should help us during these days because these are very, very special days. And which is not the only question that I received over this Yahweh. There were other questions which were also very powerful. But they all centered about one thing. These days, it's all in a balance. And it all depends on our level of clarity. Hashem is Melech, and He remembers everything. That's complete domination. The more we remember this, the more we understand this, the more we come to a clarity about this, the more likely it is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will grant us another year of life and allow us to sanctify His name in the world. Of course, the ways of Hashem are far beyond us. We don't understand anything, and we don't understand the Yichud B'Yomos. We don't understand what the calculations are. And if a person's time has come, then there's very little they can do. But certainly it's in our hands as the world totters, and as my Rashiva of Moshe Meiselman was by him last Shabbos, and he was saying his Das Torah while it's going in Russia, Putin is threatening to blow up the entire world, and he might do it. He might do it. We're in auspicious times. These are times when life and death are very clearly in front of our eyes. And the avoda right now is Malchus, Bechornis, and Sheikh. Realizing Hashem is Melech, and we do that through our tefillahs and Melech HaKodesh. Realizing Hashem remembers everything, and we do that through our tefillahs and tshuva. And then understanding to the shofar that Hashem has revealed Himself. Just like on Har Sinai, Hashem revealed Himself to a shofar. On Rosh Hashanah, Hashem has revealed Himself to us. And when we have a revelation of Hashem's presence, then our job is to use that elevated recognition to come closer and closer to Him. Hashem should help us in this very worthwhile endeavor, and we should all be granted a Gemar Chasim Teva. Amen. Came to Yitzhak.